watchdog.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you people in the land of YouTube today. I'm doing this in vertical mode to try to reach out to the younger crowd, the under 35 that may be watching from their phones today. All you people that come in and support me every single time, I do thank you. I do appreciate you guys coming in. I'm just kind of letting the chat fill up. I just want to, again, let everybody know that I'm trying to hit 8,000 subs today. I'm sitting at 7,999. And there it is right there. I don't think you can see it on the screen because of the background, but I'm at 7,999. And it's been driving me nuts. So I want to get over the little 8,000 hump and just keep getting back on track with wonderful audits, wonderful videos coming. But real quick, the room's filling up. I'm going to read out some people here. Age Go, as always. Let's OTVO, or I like to mess with him and call him Let's OTVO. Stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. So let's overturn Terry v. Ohio. Age Go, damn Albuquerque news. Yep, I was reading about that, and I wish I was in Albuquerque because I would try to go cover it more. Probably not. They probably won't get any jail time because they're dirty little pigs that get slaps on the wrist. So that's pretty much what happens to most cops. I've got Texas Gal Audits in the house, also known as TGA. And, D. Barker, haven't seen you in here before. You may have slipped through the chats, but you know what? I'm glad you reminded me. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. So for any of those people who have significant others, make sure you don't forget to get them a gift and plan something nice if you already haven't done so. I know it's a little last minute. Yeah, make sure, happy Valentine's Day to the world of YouTube and all you wonderful folks. But this live stream is to get over 8,000 subscribers since I'm sitting one shy of 8K and trying to get myself out there to the younger generation, 35 and likes to do it in vertical mode from their phone. I usually do these in horizontal, but today I am doing them in vertical mode. I could probably take that off a little bit. So we are doing it in vertical mode today, and I just want to I just got done watching a video, and for those of you who have not yet seen it, let's see. I am going to pull that up in a second, but I just noticed, I can save that in case she shows up. So hang on a second. I have a few people that I've gave the link to. They're supposed to show up. But for those of you who have not seen the new KULTNEWS video, sorry, I got Brownie Boy right behind me over here making some noise, so I had to figure out what he was doing. All right, so he did a silent audit, tried to pull a Kansas City accountability. Let's see if I can do this full screen. Try to blow this up a little bit. And he had a hard time with it. See if I can blow this up a little bit. So I'll try to play this real quick in playback speed of 1.5, just because.
It's killing me. It's killing me. Well, if the cops show up, I don't plan on talking. Let's see if I can actually do it.
Well, there's somebody taking pictures outside of our member coming in the building.
Okay, I've got your information. We're going to get somebody out there as quick as possible.
What is this for? You're just not going to talk to me? You're just going to play the victim card? All right, well, the cops are on their way, so just... It's so hard for me to do the silent audit.
Well, some customers are just a little concerned if you're taking pictures of them outside leaving.
Now, for those of you who are just joining us who don't know what a audit is, where you go out and you don't say a word. Do this real quick. You don't say a word to the cops or to the people confronting you. I actually attempted to do one yesterday morning. The only problem is when the cops showed up, one of the cops knew who I was because he had shown up to my very last audit the week before. So, yeah, I tried to do one. It didn't go as well. I don't think they're as entertaining, but I attempted to do one, and you guys will see that video here in the next few weeks. I've got a few videos coming out, but just for those who don't know what a silent audit is, I think Mike did a very good job of doing a silent audit, since him and I are kind of like smart ass wisecracks and like to crack jokes and point out stupidity of people when they ask stupid questions, and we can't be silent. It's just not something we can do.
The bank. No.
Hey everybody, KULTNEWS back again with another video. Today we're in Santa Fe, New Mexico. We actually have been in the area for a little while, and we're going to try this town again today. Santa Fe had 2020 a population of 87,505 people, and it's a lovely town. We're walking down the sidewalk here, minding our own business, and I couldn't help but notice right across the street over here, that's a Bank of America. So we're going to walk down here, across the street, and aim our cameras at that good Bank of America folks, and see if they recognize and respect our right to take photos and videos in public, in publicly accessible places. Let's rock and roll. You know, I've been telling Stacy, we watched this Kansas City accountability auditor the other day, who's hilarious, big fans, and he did a silent audit with these cops. I missed the very beginning, so I'm not sure if he was silent with the gal that came outside of the business, but it was priceless. Go check it out. I might try that. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but it'll be difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be very difficult for me to do a silent audit, but today might be the day. We'll see.
Hi, how are you? Were you taking pictures of my mother's property? She lives next door. No? Okay. You have a good day.
So the good folks at the Bank of America seem to have passed the test. Nobody came out and hassled us. Nobody even stepped outside and so much looked at us, I don't think. One employee did come out for half a second, but had nothing to do with us. So we'll move on. Down the street, there's a little, I think it's called Xena Credit Union. I'm going to aim our cameras at them and see if they're just as respectable to First Amendment as the good folks here at Bank of America. So rock and roll. So I did have that one guy come over to me and ask me if I was photographing his mother's house. I'm not going to lie, there's one or two times that I really wish I wasn't doing a silent audit, because I probably would have said, what if I was? That would have been interesting to see how that turned out. Whew. Anywho, we're right over here. It's a Xena Credit Union. Check it out. It's a beautiful building. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Xena, it's Zia Credit Union. My apologies to the good folks of Zia Credit Union for putting an in there.
What's up, our guy?
I think she thinks I'm deaf. All right. I like that.
She's video in the back. Heart shape.
Why not? Fine. There should be a reason why you're doing it. What's the reason?
What's on, Josephine Pascali? Rick the Dick. Thank God Pink Taco sent you.
You need permission to take pictures. People don't know the building. Follow?
I did put a mask on. I feel it makes it easier for me to keep my mouth shut. I'm still keeping it up. Let's see how it goes. I think the cops might be.
Santa Fe Dispatch, I can help you today.
Oh, yes. My name is Nicole. I'm calling with Zia Credit Union here in Santa Fe, and we have a specific guy. It's actually 111 South St. Francis, or North Street. Sorry, hold on. St. Francis Drive. Well, there's somebody taking pictures outside of our members coming in the building.
Okay, just a second. 111 South St. Francis Drive. Is that your address? You said the credit union?
It's North St. Francis Drive.
North St. Francis?
Yeah, and it's 111. It's 111 North St. Francis Drive.
Okay. North St. Francis Drive, I got it. Okay, just a second.
Okay. So he's wearing a blue jacket outside taking pictures of our members.
Okay, and what's your name?
Nicole.
And are you a manager or?
747 in the house.
One of the managers here.
And your phone number, please?
505-614.
And is it a male or female?
It's a male.
Taking pictures?
Bam, we hit 8,000, folks. Let me pause
And what's the
this.
person?
So I just want to pull this up. I don't know if we can see this on the screen. Probably not. But we just hit 8,000. And we just can't pull that up. Hang on a second. Let me try it this way. Let me do it this way. Oops, hit the wrong button. My bad. There we go, guys. Right there. 8K. We hit 8K. Let's see if I can blast that screen up a little bit. There we go. So there we go. 8K subscribers. So DD can teach you how to boost that phone. What does that mean? Audits first. Thank you, buddy. In fact, let me do this. Audits first. Let me check you out down here on the live stream. And we'll do this for you. Blast this back down to 100%. Chat section. Check out audits first. Channel activity. Oops, hit the wrong one. Go to channel. Here we go. Okay, audits first. You see it right there. You're number 8K, buddy. And guess what? I'm going to be number 33 for you. I'm going to go ahead and put right there. See, you got one video up 3 years ago, huh? An ID refusal. Here, let me do this, guys. I actually want to play this ID refusal. It's 1:17 seconds. Let me get his link to. Let me get this first. Let me get his link.
Your name and badge number.
Miller 1582.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What's that for? What's that for? What's that for?
Copy.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Bye bye.
Hang on. Dropping the link right there. There's the link right there. Only the strong survives. What's going on, buddy? So audits first. I put your link down below. Make sure all my mods put his link down there to keep it going. If you guys haven't done so, go over there, hit his like and subscribe button. He's got one video. I'm going to play that video right here real quick to see what transpires. And, yeah, help him out. Help him out. He got me 8K. Let's get him over 50 so he can go live.
Your name and badge number.
Miller 1582.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What's that for? What's that for? What's that for? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Bye bye. Go away. I'm asking for your name and badge number. We don't have to give that. Bye bye. Don't. What are you doing?
Name and badge number, dude.
Back off.
Going your car.
Back off.
I'm escorting.
What's going
It's
on?
not clickable because you're on your phone, Tab.
It's burn back.
What's going on?
Oh, what's wrong?
What's going on?
I asked you for your name and badge number. I didn't touch you.
No, you pulled your fist up at me.
No, I didn't.
You approached me. You were going to attack.
No, I wasn't. I was actually.
Okay, now you're under investigative detention. Okay, now we're going to determine who you are and why you're approaching a police officer with a fist.
No.
Yes, yes, it's all on video. You can complain all you want to.
Well, Mr. Ed told you to go back to your car.
I'm going to double lock these cuffs so they don't get any tighter.
Do you have any weapons on you? We should know about, man. Any guns, drugs, knives, bombs, grenades?
Will I be detained for a crime?
Yes,
Yes.
you're being detained for investigative detention.
What's that?
It's called investigation. You know what investigation means? It means we're going to investigate whether you did commit a crime.
Raising a fist could be.
Raising a fist and approaching an officer is a threatening manner. That's called assault.
No, I didn't assault you.
Yeah, you did.
All right, audits first. I put that in the description. So video of the Floyd arrest. So appreciate that little clip. That might be great to turn into a little short. And yeah, that video, yeah, wow. Can't believe they actually tried to pull some stupid shit like that. But back to Colt News real quick.
Okay, and is he older or younger? About how old do you think he is?
He's like in his 50s. He's older.
Okay, and is he Hispanic or Caucasian?
Caucasian. He does have a like a tan hoodie. He just put on a face mask, like a COVID face mask. It's black.
Okay, I've got your information. We're gonna get somebody up there as quick as possible. Did you see any weapons on the person?
No. He does have like a purse sort of bag on the side of him. So that's about it. And then the 2 cameras.
Okay. All right, I've got your information. We're gonna get somebody up to you as quick as possible. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So, what are you recording? We need to know what you're recording. Yes, we do. This is you're being right here and recording our members. You're on our property. So, what are you recording? What is this for?
I tag you in every video just like I do every other single person in the 1A community. So you're going to get tagged every single video from now on. Come in here, you don't. You hate me or you don't. I'm going to keep tagging you every single. Just because you're telling me not to, I'm going to keep doing it. You tuned up? You know, right there, man, right above you. The angry.
Or you're just not gonna talk to me? You're just gonna play the victim card? All right. Well, the cops are on their way, so just so you know.
Oh, it's so hard for me to do the silent audit.
Hey, he's got a point. It is so hard to do a silent audit because there's some things you want to say and you just gotta pull it back. And like I said, the one that I can't really show you the one that I tried yesterday because those are one of 3 videos where I'm still editing, so I'm waiting on 911 calls and call sheets to come through. Way to go after it, Audits first. I love it. Stand your ground, buddy. Stand your ground.
My head's gonna explode. I just want to.
Chuck B in the house.
It's killing me. It's killing me. So far, so good. Supposedly the cops are on the way, so let's see how that goes. So the ultimate test for me, if the cops should show up, is to not wear a mask and not say a word to the officers.
Speaking of the little devil, there she is.
Don't lie.
Carolina, CFW Carolina.
I'm gonna go over here and give these guys the international sign for where are the cops. Let's watch this. Here we go. One second.
Why would you dox yourself on my channel? Why would you do that? Anyway, CFW, I can't look. Before you picked me up yesterday, I tried to do a silent audit, and Officer Coleman showed up, and that was my 5th encounter with the man. So there was nothing I could have done to do the silent audit. But I did blow up on the other officer that got there. So you guys will like that content. Plus the other 2 videos I did with Carolina. Yeah, it was good. Of course, some of you guys might have seen her go live briefly, but yeah. And for all you younger people that are in this chat watching this, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. There's a lot of great videos. It's a First Amendment channel where we go out and perform First Amendment audits and have people respect our right to record in public, and see if the cops are going to uphold our rights or violate our rights. And you guys will learn some stuff on this channel. I just hit 8,000 subs. So I do appreciate Audits First for being number 8,000 there. But yeah, my other crowd that is here, mainly my older crowd is 35 and up who watch my videos. I look at the analytics. And that's why I'm in vertical mode today for you younger crowd. But for you other people that are always here, I know you guys don't like the vertical mode. I'm trying to do both. But I do appreciate everybody coming in. But the silent audit is where you don't say a word. As Josephine Piscoli always say, criminal line cops. We just call them criminal cops, but yeah, criminal line cops is definitely it. A chicken coop, really? A chicken coop?
And the cops.
What do you need? Why are you asking me this? Just keep on. I charge $100, so $500 right now. This is the base. This is the money maker right here.
The money maker.
All right. That's the only way he makes money, is with his beautiful face. That's his money maker. Interesting. I guess I owe him $500. That sucks.
How's it going, sir? You're just getting some pictures? Okay. Well, some customers are just a little concerned if you're taking pictures of them outside leaving the bank. No.
You're not doing anything wrong from us. You're fine. You're on the sidewalk. As long as you're not impeding it from traffic, you're good.
Cool. All right, sir.
All right, man.
Well,
do you need any assistance, or are you good? You good? Cool.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
You have a good day, brother.
Let's go talk to the manager real quick. Yeah. The what, bro?
You know what's funny is, Tree Rogi, that you say that, is I really thought about doing my Ukrainian voice and pretending like I was either from Russia or Ukraine, and hey, from Russia, and do my other voices and stuff that I do have in my arsenal. But I haven't really got comfortable to bust out character yet. So yeah, the one pretending that you don't speak English, you got to be careful because they may call ICE on you nowadays. You may get the immigration guys coming to swoop you up.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah.
GS in the house. That didn't age well.
He's not doing anything wrong. He's allowed to.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi there. Good. How are you? Hi. Are you Nicole? Hi. So we talked to him.
Okay.
So he's just taking photographs. I know that it's a little suspicious. So.
Because it was the members that were complaining about.
Okay, and we told him too, like just making people feel uncomfortable. He is in a public space.
Right.
So he is on the sidewalk. I told him as long as he's not like impeaching, like like the members, like disrupting them. I told him like he's fine.
As long as he's not engaging with somebody, not allowing them to conduct their business, it's not considered the sort
Because
of
he was
conduct.
over here by the door.
But he's not disengaging somebody from conducting their business. If he's just recording, he's allowed to.
Hello.
So what happened?
So he's just filming. He has every right to do it.
Right, because it's public property.
Yeah, it's public
I know, I just asked him, but I'm like, but he shouldn't be taking pictures of her. People in their drive-through there.
I mean, it's a weird behavior. It's not normal behavior, but that's what some people do nowadays. I don't know if you ever watch videos of like, yeah, he's allowed to. It's
10 weeks in the house.
That's why it's in the back for even officers, it's public information. That's unfortunate. Like I said, it's weird behavior, but it's nothing criminal to where he's not committing a crime. We're not gonna continue to bug him or do anything like that because there's nothing really.
Because he's taking them through this window in here, and we're like, he's not trying to get.
It's weird.
It's a bank. You can't be taking pictures right inside of our bank.
I may be against policies and stuff, but it's not against the law. Not from what I know. Okay. Like I said, I don't know any law violation that says you can't take pictures outside public areas of a bank. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the outside we're fine, but it's because he's in here and like our
And
boss
it's
and
the
stuff.
same concept, you know what I mean? Okay. Within the bank or anything like that. Like if he was in here disturbing you guys, not allowing you guys to conduct business, then it'd be considered disorderly conduct.
So what about casing then? Is he casing us?
Like I said, so I believe he's one of those.
I just asked him, like, what are you doing? Like, he'd have just said, oh, we're just taking pictures. We're fine. Okay.
Have you ever seen those people that record videos of police trying to
Carolina, check your cell phone. I just texted it to you.
get a reaction from them and see what they're going to do?
Yeah.
That's what he's possibly doing.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he's pretty much wanting in a sense.
It's happened at the police department for us too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am. So.
Yeah, and that's what I'm assuming he's wanting as a reaction from us and so forth. But he's not doing anything wrong in the law. So.
What time are you guys closed?
Till 6. And there's only girls here, so we're like,
What time is it now? It's already 5, right?
5:10.
5:10. Yeah, because it's only me and her tonight. We're like, oh my God, where are we parked?
King Blue
So
over
he's
the
not even
house.
giving us, he's not even uttering a single word to us, really. He's just using hand signs and stuff.
Yeah, that's what he said. But then we asked him, like, we'll talk to him and he'll, like, he can hear us.
Yeah, he just doesn't respond.
Right.
Like I said, he's not really doing anything wrong. But he's being weird, is suspicious, but being suspicious isn't a crime.
And then we actually got another call on him too.
Yeah.
So like from the apartment complex too.
Yeah. So he's, based off my experience, he knows what he's doing. So.
What we can do, depending on the calls, we can be around like 6 o'clock or like a little bit before, like you guys close, and then.
Close at 6. Yeah, and it won't take us long because you should be out by like 5 after 6, right?
Okay.
So we can try to come back. We'll try to come back around 6 o'clock on the dot. So when you guys come out, we can just at least be in the area in case you guys feel unsafe going.
You can be mad at the call.
It's your guys' right to call too. It's like it's unusual behavior for an individual.
Yeah, it's not normal for someone to come and do that to a bank, but like I said, he's gonna do what he wants to do. Like I said, I'm not, as long as he's not on the property coming at you guys, twisted, putting a camera in your face, stopping you from doing your job, then there's an issue where it becomes disorderly conduct. Okay? But he's not, because he knows what he's doing.
And that's why he's staying on the sidewalk too, because he knows once he gets on the property, then you can do it to trespass.
Yeah. He's fine. Like I said, the reason why he's doing is
to get attention.
Or get a reaction from law enforcement.
Make sure to show the cops.
Actually, Matthew Hayden, if you really want to know what the score is, it's 1 complaint, 2 complaint, 3 complaint, 4 complaints, 5 complaints, 7 complaints filed, 2 are pending right now, but I've gotten 3 wins out of, wait, hold on. I take that back. There's 3 pending. 3 pending. I actually, no, I take that back. 6 complaints, 4 went somewhere, 2 did not, and I got 3 pending. So that's 8 complaints. So the score is, here, I'll put that in. 8 complaints. I got 4 wins, 2 losses, and 3 pending. There you go. There you go. I'll put it in the chat. And that's all within the last 12, 14 months. So, and it's not just the same department. I've got 1 loss with Arlington, 1 loss with Fort Worth, 1 win with Euless, 3 wins. No, I'm sorry. 3 wins with Fort Worth, 2 pending with Fort Worth, and 1 pending with Albuquerque. So, oh, maybe it's 9. Sorry. I was trying to add them up in my head. But, yeah, 1 Fort Worth 1 and 1 Arlington 1 went nowhere. But that's all right. Getting back to this video. I sent Carolina the link. I'm just waiting for her to come in. I texted, I emailed.
We have
I
security
don't know what's going on with
concerns, and
her.
we hope he isn't trying to get a video of you and any combinations to any of the cash machines. If he was more than willing to tell us his business and why he's there, we wouldn't be as concerned. But the fact that he won't communicate is a good reason
Hey,
to
there
have
she is.
Yeah. And like
There
I said,
she is. Hang on, let me pause this. There she is. Let me put her on the screen. Bam! Carolina, Fort Worth. Freedom News Now. Look at that right there. Look, I was just talking about Freedom News Now to Carolina. There he is right there in the chat. Man, ears must be burning all over YouTube today.
I like Freedom
Right
News
there.
Now. It's so funny.
And I appreciate it, Freedom News Now. I appreciate it. I love how comical you are. Like, yeah.
Comical. He's funny.
You know, let's Otvo in here. I turned him onto your channel, and he loves you. He thinks you're funny. So
well, it really sucks right now because those audits that it was so nice to go out yesterday because, you know, I've been on these bond conditions and I have to, I can't really go by myself anymore because I have to stand a certain amount of feet back and stuff. But if you go live, they can bust you. But if you don't go live, they don't know when you really film that stuff unless they go check with the cops. So I have
somebody had to keep you on a leash yesterday.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad because I just wanted to jump right in, but I couldn't.
What do you got there? You got a little margarita?
No, I've been on this I've always these splurges. Like right now, it's smoothies, but I'm figuring it out this 2-cup measuring cup because it's easy to put your hand in and clean it later. So. Aww.
And I saw you just posted. You just uploaded a video of yours.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the big old alley cat of yours that you were talking about? God dang.
This is the one that we found underneath our shed.
That thing is huge.
I caught him. He was only 4.5 weeks old when I caught him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to catch him. You know. So he's got an ear infection. Yeah, he's got an ear infection, I think. So I ordered some stuff from Amazon. I hope it works. But this guy's name, I thought it was a girl for a while, so his name is Sugar. Then I figured out, when he was 6 weeks old, that he was a boy, but I like the name, so I kept it as Sugar. So I'm not really a cat person. I'm more of a dog person. But when you find a cat in your backyard, you got to keep it. That's one of my cats. I got another cat. I got another cat from the Cop Watch. Don't be jealous.
Hey, what did you feel about the I know just going out and auditing and dealing with the cop watching like you did yesterday, but that was probably the first time you did a bank audit, right?
Yeah, because see, I am all about the clicks and the views, and I'll tell you why. Because clicks and the views bring awareness, supporters, and change, right? So it's really all about why you're doing something, you know. why you're doing it. That's what's really important. So if you're just out there for the clicks and the views and just trying to make money, that's not the way to go. You have to be out there because you want to create some change and bring supporters in and bring awareness in. You know, and that's why a lot of us go out and we make speeches at the commissioner's court, we get speeches at city council because we're trying to make change. And we're trying to create case law so that our future people, our future generations are not ending up like North Korea, or even socialists like Canada. Canada has a lot of they don't have as many rights as we do. Australia, they don't have the Fourth Amendment there. Nothing of the Fourth Amendment. So they can search somebody's vehicle anytime they want to when they're driving. And that's the kind of things we want to preserve here in the United States, those kind of freedoms. And the way to do it is to keep bringing awareness to it, because you're blue until it happens to you. You're going to support the police until it happens to you. That's how it always is. It doesn't matter how many videos we show to somebody blue, they won't believe you, because I didn't believe it until it happened to me. I didn't believe that the court system was ruined until it happened to me. You know, I didn't realize there were kangaroos in court until it happened to me. So now I'm having to showcase other people's videos. This one I put up was one about females coming onto your property without warrants. You know, they have to have a warrant to come on your property. Ask for one. Ask for a warrant. They can't come in your house, but they do anyways. Because a lot of people, did you know 90% of police entries inside a house do not have warrants? They don't have a warrant. They either get consent from someone by bullying them, or they just pile themselves in by putting their foot in the door. So,
or they get exigent circumstances or try to claim exigent circumstances.
Right. Correct. So
that little loophole. But my question to you and what the people that are watching right now is, how did it feel doing a bank audit? I know that was out of your element yesterday a little bit, but as news now said, that sidewalk is a auditor's heaven, because that's a safe zone.
It's a safe zone. But it's behind a podium. It's a safe zone too. And you're behind a podium and you're trying to regress your grievances, and they throw you out. Who ever heard of such a thing? So I'm regressing my grievances. They throw me out. But then to get me even more, they lie on the police report, which the judge never even looks at the video. He reads the police report, and the police report said that I was warned not to say any cuss words. That never happened, right? The next guy came right up and spoke. They didn't take a recess, but I'm getting interrupting a public meeting when it was my 3 minutes at the podium. I wasn't yelling, screaming. I was just telling them, things. And I just have out of that building now for 2 years. But because I wanted my grievances on him. So that's not me. But what I'm saying is that you have to have a reason to do this. You can't just be out of clicks of view. You have to have a search rights and that they follow.
Can you guys give me a 5x5? Let me know y'all can hear me. I wasn't sure if it was her or not, so I did a refresh. Carolina, are you still there? Hello. Can I get a 5x5 in the chat? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, well, I guess it's her then. I thought it was. We're waiting for her to come back. Hang on.
Open the door to them, they'll push their way in, even without a warrant.
You cannot go through. Do you?
It's unnerving to have anybody come onto your property without permission, especially female cops.
A warrant? Well, you need to go do that.
This is her video real quick that she was talking about.
Push their way in, even without a warrant.
You cannot go through. Do you have a search warrant? Whoa. Jazz. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Female cops will say anything to get you to open that door.
So you give us your side of the story.
I just told you that
All right, well, you're being Okay, you're being a little confrontational for no reason right now. We just
All that and more is coming up now. Dollar Bill's dog alerted him to a female cop snooping around his backyard without a warrant.
What's your name and badge number? Hello?
Hi, what'd you say?
What's your name and badge number?
Are you Scott?
I don't answer questions.
What'd you say?
I don't answer questions. Get off my property. You're on private property.
Your name's Scott.
I don't answer questions. You need to get off my property. You need to remove yourself from my private property. Right now.
She may have had signal issues, American Roadrunner. I'm sure she'll be back in a second. Truck crash shuts down I-35 West lanes in North Fort Worth. What's up, Dodd? Let's see. When was that? Oh, that was this morning. Okay. She'll be back, but I'm playing her video in the meantime to show her video. She just put this video out like right before my live stream started.
Get off my property. Do you have a warrant? Well, you need to go do that somewhere else then.
We're involved in a criminal investigation. So I'm asking if your name is Scott.
I don't answer questions. What's your criminal?
Now, what I can do is this, guys. I'm waiting for her to get back. If she come, yep, there she is. There she is. There she is. There she is.
If she comes,
You lost some signal. I don't know what happened to you.
there she is. There she is. If she comes, there she is.
I don't know. I was hearing some feedback there, but I think you got it fixed.
No, I don't
So
know if you guys heard anything I said, but what I was just trying to say is I have to follow my bond condition right now, so that's why I'm using other people's stuff to try to get the message out. But I do have another video where where I'm showing who's trying to put me in jail and stuff, like a few down. But it's really important that you have a really good reason for why you do this. I mean, it is for clicks and views because we want to bring awareness, supporters, and change. But if you're just here, if you're some foreigner using AI just to generate views, that's not why I'm here. I'm here so that we can make some changes.
yeah, it's funny as you say that. It's funny as you say that. I saw a hit piece that one of the trolls put out yesterday, where
really?
somebody had like all these artificial thumbnails and these artificial stories about something that really didn't happen, and I was. Yeah, I was like, man, somebody's just putting these like stories out and getting a ton of views on these stories that don't really exist, created by AI and all these, thumbnails and graphics. I'm like, damn, it's not the truth.
Are you talking about those ones that have the barnacles on animals? That's weird.
Oh, I've seen a few of those little thumbnails and stuff like that. But, yeah, I was just showing you. It's just funny how you've got this. You're talking about female cops, and then yesterday we had those female cops show up at.
Yesterday, that was like a long time ago. That wasn't during these bond conditions. That was a long time ago. Remember?
Hey, you weren't within 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You were above and beyond. You were above and beyond your 25.
25 feet. It's only 2 parking spots. That's all it is. 3 parking places.
It's not very far, to be honest with you. You remember when we were in the park with Prather and Hanson and Cardona with my dog?
Yeah.
That was actually, I went out there and measured it. It was actually 52 feet from that patrol car from where I was standing.
Really? You gotta get closer.
Yeah.
You just go chicken.
Because I would have been out in the middle of the parking lot. But yeah.
But see, it works different for different auditors, like or activists. See, I can get away, or I used to be able to get away with a lot more than a male could. They tolerate a crazy female a little bit more than what they would a male, right? They're less apt to jump me. So I thought.
To be honest with you, after what they did to Texas Gal Audit, Wild Journey, Free Press Nation, Carolina and Fort Worth, all these smaller females, they are so quick to snatch you up that you're not getting away with as much. They're just snatching you up. Bigger males like myself, a bigger male, I've noticed that they are less likely to try to put their hands on somebody like me than somebody like you.
Well, yeah, but
and it's
like the courtroom. They didn't touch CJ, but they sure grabbed my ass.
Yeah. And it's, you know what? It's that whole mentality of, oh, she's a woman, she's small, she's weaker, and I'm just going to snatch her up and bully her and just manhandle her, But yet, you get these males who size up another male, and it's like, well, if I'm going to put my hands on him, I'm going to need about 8 more cops with me to beat the crap out of him.
They come back up to me too. It's funny.
Yeah, and it's I've seen that, and look at a female cop. When she starts escalating shit, what happens? I need male officers here now. It's that's what I've noticed with these female cops. Hey, do you think I should after I don't want to show your whole video because I really want people to go see your
you don't need
video.
to show that video. That's not my stuff. It's my stuff, but it's not. But I have
I really want them to go over and actually see the full video. Do you mind if I show them a little clip of that female cop yesterday? You there? Here, I'm going to do this. Where was that one at? Right here.
All right, as you can see, this is...
Oh, maybe I pulled up the wrong file. Hang on a second. Present video file. I thought I picked the right one. Maybe I didn't. Thought I picked that one. She dropped again, folks, so I'm sorry. Jeez, Bing. Is that it?
All right, as you can see.
Nope, that's not the one. Damn it. Here, let's do this. Hang on a second. Bear with me for a second, folks. I'm kind of just stalling, waiting for her to get back. There she is.
I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this today.
I don't know. I thought it was me at first, but then when I rebooted it, everybody told me it was you.
Something going on. Something going on outside or something.
No, I just wanted to give everybody a sneak peek of video of just a little taste of an audit to come.
Yeah.
I don't like to give them. I like to give them a couple of minutes or a minute or so of the video. I don't like to give them a whole lot.
Right.
Just so they know boots on the ground and that there's some really good content coming, and that's why they need to watch the videos.
We're not detained, so we're free to move about because we're not detained.
So is there a purpose for this recording?
Do you not know about a...
Oh, here we go. Hang on. That's where I want to play. Hey, Carolina, what happened? You're there twice.
I don't know.
Here we go. Here we go, folks. I'm going to show you how I saved. Here, I'm going to show you how I saved a bystander who came up and asked me and Carolina.
Not yesterday. A long time ago.
You can say whatever you want to say.
It was a long
that came up to us.
ago.
Hold on. Let me tell the story.
All right.
They came up to us and was simply asking why we were on a sidewalk filming. Now, I pretended to be deaf at first because I didn't know if the guy was going to get crazy with me. So I let Carolina do a little of the talking. And the guy seemed to be really cool. He just wanted to kind of know what was going on because he had his wife and his kid in the car. And they saw us out here on the sidewalk, concealed, I guess you could say, because it was cold out. I had a scarf on, my sunglasses and hood, my beanie as always. And
I got to say something too. I will say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that I spoke to the people in charge of bond, and they said that as if I'm standing there and if a cop walks up to me, I can't control that.
Nope, that's right. I mean, you're not approaching them; they're approaching you.
No,
I mean,
if they approach me, I don't have to run away.
And if you try to maintain 25 feet, well, now you're evading. So,
right, that's what they said.
Yeah, so it's kind of a catch-22 with the way the judge said it. But the probation officer told her that as long as she's not encroaching or getting involved in less than 25 feet, she's fine.
Yeah, if they walk up to me, it's a different story.
So, and in this case, I want to give you guys a little taste of this video where you caught the live. But what happened was, so this guy came up and was asking us questions, and he was just trying to be friendly and find out what was going on. And just as the cop showed up and about to get out of the car, he was asking us for our channel name, and I would have given it to him, except for the cop literally pulled up and was standing right there, and I'm like, no, I can't give it out because here's the cop. But I want to show how she almost was basically trying to make him think he was detained as a passerby, passerby, and that he wasn't free to go. And then I kind of stepped in, and this encounter is actually kind of funny because she just had a blank look on her face, like she didn't know what to do. It was pretty fun.
I'm a real estate agent.
She felt stupid.
So I've got a lot of
There she came.
small businesses and things like that.
I'm just standing there talking to that guy.
Can we, you guys
Let him listen to it. Just be quiet. Let him listen to it.
I'm going to have to tend to business right now because they're here for us.
Yeah, you got it. Well, where can we watch it? I'm sure you're all going to post it. Right?
What's going on?
I don't know. You probably should talk to the complainant. Nettles.
You got it.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you guys all related?
Not at all. I was just seeing what's going on.
You're some bystander?
More or less.
Okay. I got you. Are you from one of the businesses here?
Not at all. I'm actually not working.
He has nothing to do with us. He just approached us just now.
You two are together.
No, I'm me and she's her.
All right, I'm confused. What's going on here with cameras and everything? Don't know it yet, okay?
I'm not
involved here.
involved. I just walked up right for I'm not involved. So I would like to.
Nettles, you need to de-escalate. You need to de-escalate, get a supervisor. Good Lord.
Okay.
What have you learned in the academy? Obviously nothing.
I'm just here to double check.
If you're not free to go, you're detained, and that's an unlawful detainment. So you're more than welcome to leave, and if she says you're detained, that's Fourth Amendment violation. So are we detained? Because I want to know if I'm being unlawfully detained at this point. Okay, then turn your lights off.
Okay, so there you guys go. That guy turned around and walked off right as that happened.
Fast.
And she just stood there and looked stupid on camera, not being able to control the situation. So that's just a little taste of that where she had gone live, but you guys didn't get to see the full of it. But she tried to literally detain a man for walking up to ask us questions that had nothing to do with us.
Oh, play a little bit more of it.
You think I should play a little bit? Okay,
Yeah, a
okay.
little more.
Okay.
I like this next part.
What's going on, man? Thank you for joining in on the activism today. Oh, we'll be over there in a second. Why do we need to go over there? And we got this dumbass right here. She's a dumbass. No. She's going to sit here and try to...
Now, keep in mind, guys, I don't usually cuss, but she kind of had me a little heated that I was literally calling her a dumbass.
Oh, this is great. This part's great.
Try to pull this shit.
There you go. I dropped another curse word.
Did you just how I just saved that guy? And she said we're not detained, so we're free to move about because we're not detained.
So is there a purpose for this recording?
Do you not know about a First Amendment right on a sidewalk to record in public? I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
So you're just here for personal reasons, videotaping a store or the street? What's going on? Why do you care? Just go back to your car. You're dismissed. Ma'am, like I said, I was here on a call. You're dismissed.
This is a First Amendment protected right.
Dismiss me.
I'm on a. We're on a public sidewalk. What are you doing? Get a supervisor. Just get a
So
supervisor.
you're just reporting.
Just get a supervisor.
All right.
Here, I'm going to invoke our Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Have a nice day, Nettles.
Get out of here. Okay.
No, or I will be reporting you to IA because your conduct is horrible. You're violating rights already. Just have a nice day. Go talk to the complaint. 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 Go talk to the. Yeah, you should have. Go to the complaint. Go talk to. And you're blocking traffic. Get your car out of the way. Go park in a parking spot. God. Goddamn pigtails. Female cops are horrible. Get a supervisor. Get a stupid advisor because you're stupid.
You're not so mad
because you're stupid. Yeah,
No, you just dismissed me. I'm like, I just did. You're dismissed.
Oh, I don't think she was expecting that, but you know that we screwed up her whole day.
Oh yeah.
Now look at Matthew Hayden's comment. Pigtail can't take down BZ physically. If she do try, she will end up getting pregnant. Nope. I'm pretty sure I'm shooting blanks, but she will get shot at. She just won't get impregnated because I think I'm shooting blanks. I'm not fully loaded. But
oh, that's nice to know.
Man, you know, now there's a lot more to this video, but because this chick comes back for seconds. She comes back for seconds, but I'm not going to show the whole video. You guys are going to have to wait till after I get done editing it.
Oh, you guys saw the other one in it.
Well, I mean,
give him a taste of that one. That one's better.
You know what? You know what I should give you a little taste of, Carolina? The one that you didn't get to see yesterday. The one that I did before you got to me.
Okay.
This one here is Prospect. That's right. So I prepared. I was trying to do a silent audit, right?
I can't do silent audits.
Well, you know what's crazy is it was working until Officer Coleman showed up because he knew that I talked. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But up to that point when he showed up and approached me, I was silent the whole time. Allied Universal too. This is worse. Security guards.
Is there a problem with the bank?
Problem with the bank?
I was trying to get my
Everything okay?
right shot for my thumbnail.
Is everything okay?
Not a word. Not a word.
He didn't know what to do.
He comes.
There's a security guard at the other place too.
But here's the reason why they were freaking out. Look what I was filming. Look what was there.
Oh, the armed truck? Is that what that is?
I just happened to pick the right time where they had an armored car with the ATM all open up forever. Security guard on the premises, right across the street from the police station. I mean, this was just. Literally, they sent 3 cops to my location.
I did the armored car. I did the armored car. I did the armored car yard in Dallas, and I didn't even get a bite. Yeah. The yard. I went to the yard. Never got a bite on it. Yet. I didn't even show that. I don't even know if I still have that video because they didn't bite at all. They were right next door to the place where they tow cars.
Here we go. Now watch this. Because this is my second encounter with the security guard before the cops show up.
Quick security guard.
Can't be recording the bank.
Oh, we can't record the bank.
The police have been called, so I'm gonna need you to leave. You want to handle it that way? Okay.
And I just waved him off. I was like,
"Come on, handle it that way."
But anyways, with that one, with I'm literally standing on the curb where if I like literally lean back, I'm in the street. You know, it's and he's telling me I gotta leave. Ayers, look at that. Let's OTBO with a $4.99 super chat. Cops can legally tell pigtails why believe anything they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I really don't want to show that last one we did because it was so short. There isn't much content. It's gonna.
Right.
I'm gonna try to make that into a 10-minute video.
That one.
Let me tell you guys this. We showed up at another pinnacle.
I'll tell you what. I miss my audits.
Carolina, hang on. Let me get in here. Literally, we weren't there. I think 4 minutes, and the cops were already called because they showed up 6 minutes later. I mean, literally, I have never had the cops show up on me at a location in less than 10 minutes. Like, show up less than 10 minutes.
There's two of them.
Well, one was the chief, and man, that chief did not like the way you talked to him. Woo! First question out of her mouth when I told her that, oh, that was the chief, by the way. Oh, that was? He walks out, and she's like, how much do you make? First question. I mean,
how come you don't have any black people working on the police force? He goes, because none apply.
Oh.
That was it. Oh, then that was it. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Here comes the fast talk.
I will tell you, the corporal that was out there, staying out there with us, had a very good professional demeanor and temperament. However, the chief literally lost it with Carolina. Okay. In fact, he even made a statement. Are you going to let me talk? I mean, like, she struck a nerve.
On purpose.
She struck a nerve.
So long, you know.
I mean, she was trying to strike a nerve with the corporal, but he kept his professionalism, demeanor. He was, but the chief lost it.
He lost it.
So I was trying to talk Carolina into going out today. However, some things didn't work out, so we weren't able to go. You always have to take a nap.
Yeah.
But
like
there are some places that I can't really openly talk about where we want to go because we're doing it kind of out of spite for a friend of ours to get back at somebody. Thank you, Matthew Hayden. I believe I was at 8,003 when I last checked. I'm checking again, and I'm still at 8,003. So I appreciate you guys getting me over the 8,000 mark. Now, I did put out a new video today, early this morning. If you guys buy a membership, you guys get access to my videos 3 days early. I've got another one going out on Monday evening. But the one that went out this morning was really good. You even get to hear me. You even get to hear me on one of those 911 calls that I put in the video. So that's a really it's a twist. The cops were called on me, and then we got call dodging sitting in the parking lot across the street after they left the bank. So after sitting there and filming them for about 40 minutes and then rolling up the windows and blasting their music and refusing to talk to me because of those special orders they got, I decided to call dispatch to ask for a supervisor to let them know that they are call dodging.
But then they'll say, oh, that's misuse of 911.
So, nope. Actually, supervisor did call me later that evening. I was on the phone and I didn't recognize the number. I didn't think it was him. But I guess he had showed up briefly after I left. But while I was there, you can literally see in the video the cops were getting text messages and phone calls. It was their sergeant. It was their sergeant telling them to not escalate the situation and get their ass back to work. So,
well, speaking of getting people back, I just sent you a video on email. It's like 3 minutes long. It was the guy that hurt Manuel Mata's arms really bad and lied on the witness stand. He also lied on the witness stand. He also made a false report about Manuel. And one day I was driving along and I saw him standing on the sidewalk. So I said, oh, this is the guy that lied on Manuel's police report, lied on the witness stand, Also, he tried to break Manuel's arms when he was handcuffed. I have to stop and give him a piece of my mind. And he called for backup.
Here, I'll pull it up right here. You see it on the screen?
It's real short because he ran from me. He ran away like a little boy.
It's only 3 minutes and 43 seconds. I think I've actually seen this video before.
Have you? I had to get him back. He knew who I was too because he recognized my name. He didn't have the name tag on. Remember? I think you might have seen this.
Well, yeah, I think you showed it to me a while back, but I didn't air it or anything.
No,
so
you didn't. This was one of the best ways to get people back, and people are too scared to do this. But I wasn't scared.
I'll play it real quick.
I have to be scared.
I'll play it real quick.
Because
let me play it real quick. Let me play it. Let me play it. Let me play it.
This guy. I know this guy. Hey, you're that dude. What's your name? What's your name? Yeah, you're that guy. Are you off duty right now? Are you on the clock right now? Or are you like working on a moonlight job? How you doing? Are you doing a moonlight job right now? Are you on the clock? No? You don't want to answer that? Let me ask you another question. Did you ever lie on the witness stand? That's a good question. Did you ever put somebody in handcuffs and lift their arms up so they would break?
Look how he's doing my hands. Look.
No, it's not fun. You're hurting my hand.
Oh, you gonna call for backup? Are you scared? Back up, back up, back up. Gotta grab the camera. I'm scared. I'm scared. When's the last time you shot at somebody? When's the last time you shot at an unarmed citizen? Because you're scared. Are you really making you're making over $100 grand and you're just standing here? Are you moonlighting and collecting that $40 an hour? That's what I thought. Did you tell on cops that do bad stuff? Oh no, because you do bad stuff yourself. I knew that was you. Damn. So are you gonna lie on the witness stand anymore? Or just like that one time that I saw you? This is why people don't like cops, because they don't catch the bad ones like you and Hoffman and all the other ones that lie on the witness stand and pull people's arms up when they're in handcuffs and arrest homeless people because you say they're trespassing when they're not. Over $100 grand a year. He called for backup because he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's scared. He's scared. He doesn't like the questions. He doesn't like the questions I'm asking him. Like the question of, do you ever lie on the witness stand? He doesn't like my questions. See, this guy's cool, but you're not, Miss Palomares. You're one of those dirty cops. Lie on witness stand, pull people's arms up when they're handcuffed, all that. He's just a scaredy cat. Look, he's just scared. You're cool, man. There he goes. There he goes. We're earning his $100 grand a year. When's the last time you lied on the witness stand, Palomares? When's the last time you shot at an unarmed citizen? That's it. I'm done.
That's it. I'm done.
He's bad. He's lied on the witness stand, pull people's arms up when they're in handcuffs. I've seen a lot of it. I haven't seen you do anything, so I guess. Are you sergeant?
No, ma'am.
Oh, you're officer.
Yeah, there's no.
Well, appreciate you and what you do. As long as you don't do stuff like him. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Enjoy this nice day.
Oh, yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It is very nice.
He's such a wuss. He called you. What a baby. He's such a baby. I got to call the other guy because of a girl's the camera. Now he's going to go try to find something on me. He's going to go run me. He's going to go run me. Because he's a baby like that. And he shoots people dead.
Now, the reason I was nice to that other cop was he's going to, that man, Palomares, was going to go try to find something on me, run me, like that Officer George always does when I go to Commissioner's Court. And so I wanted to be really nice to the other cop, because when Palomares is saying, oh, that bitch out there, blah, 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 that other guy would have said, oh, well, she was nice to me. What are you talking about? She was super nice to me. I don't understand why you didn't like her. She was awesome. So you kind of play them against each other that way. And, you know, I don't know how many cops you ran into, BZ, where they tell you, oh, well, Carolina, she's been always cool with me.
Actually, I've ran into a lot of cops where they've talked good about Carolina, where, oh, she's always been nice to me. And, you know, she's always been, you know, if we tell her she needs to stand back, she'll stand back, and yada, yada, yada. But then there's those dickhead cops, pardon my French, but Snyder's one of them. You got to watch out. I didn't tell you about, did I tell you about the internal affairs complaint that I filed the other day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he said, "Make creepy bad guy go bye-bye." I just put that video together.
Yeah, that's
is, you know, and then I don't know if it was you or Mata or somebody else, but somebody else caught Snyder and another video escalating, and then he trespassed me after he solicited a trespass from a 7-Eleven. You know that jail one right there that's closed down?
Yeah.
He solicited a trespass from that property on me like almost a year and a half ago. That's how he got a first IA complaint from me. So
they retaliate, all right, and that's why Kruger got me. He was retaliating, and you know those female cops. I can't wait to run into them again, because the ones that were on my video, because I've always had good interactions with them, you know, and I want to let them know there's no hard feelings, because I don't have any hard feelings with those girls, because they didn't do anything wrong.
Well, Carolina, do you want to let everybody know, because I know you haven't brought this up. I know about it because you and I have talked about it. But what about that incident after Mata was arrested, where you, Harvey, Freebird, and Mata were questioning him, and you thought it was a good video because you thought you were having a good conversation, as Mata and Harvey and Mata were cussing him out. You want to tell the people what he did or what he tried to do the following week since you didn't know about it?
He went to his supervisor and he tried to get me, Mata, Whitebeard, and Harvey Freebird for organized crime and stalking him. And he wanted us arrested with $100,000 bonds because we were participating in organized crime by stalking him. And he made a big report about it. And they turned him down at the district attorney's office. So
now, keep in mind, we didn't really know about this until a lot of this came out during.
Yeah, this came out during Carolina's trial. When I was found guilty during the Kruger trial, that was in our discovery. But the reason why we're having a retrial motion is because they didn't put something in our discovery. So we're going to probably get another trial for that one, because they kept information from us during discovery that we asked for. One of the things we asked for was the record of Kruger that he had over there in Irving. And the judge looked at the record and said, oh, no, there's nothing in here that pertains to this trial here, so I'm not going to let you have it. What? Because when Manuel's lawyer got that, when, you know, Kruger pulled a gun on Manuel, and they got that in their discovery, and there are reasons that this guy's on the Brady list, we weren't allowed, you know, they used the Brady list stuff to get Manuel's case dismissed. But we couldn't have the Brady list stuff because our judge said it didn't matter.
Well, I know about a case. I know about a case specifically in a neighboring county. I don't want to give out too many specifics because the person doesn't want me to give out a whole lot of information. Where the defense attorney was trying to find out, or was trying to basically pull that Brady list issue, credibility, you know, before, you know, obviously because they're getting ready for trial, they got to go through all these steps. And the prosecution is sitting here and like is brand new to the DA's office, pretty much has like 4 months, and she's asking the judge and like basically what's the Brady list? How do I the protocol? I mean, she doesn't know. So the judge is basically telling her that you need to figure it out. You need to go back to your prosecution office and ask somebody and find out if this man's on the Brady list, and you've got 7 days or 72 hours or whatever it is to do it and get back to me. And so it's good to hear when you've got these judges literally beating down the prosecution because the prosecution's not doing their job right. In Tarrant County, they don't do that here. Is prosecution. I saw in Carolina's trial, actually. In fact, it was her trial where Lloyd was basically telling the judge how to do his job.
Lloyd Weasel. I mean, Lloyd Wetzel. Sorry, I keep forgetting his last name since I've been knocked on the head.
He's a little weasel. That's his name.
Lloyd Wetzel.
It's not Lloyd Wetzel. It's Little Weasel. That's his name. Little Weasel. But yeah, that's he was basically telling the judge how to do his job. And here's the thing. The judge can do whatever he decides he wants to do. That's his courtroom. Now, does he have to abide by the law? Yeah, but there's also discretion there. The judge can make that ruling, and that's where appeals process takes place, and they have to, go through appeals and look for those discrepancies and find if the judge was overstepping or didn't step up to the level of his job. But no, that judge allowed to let Lloyd dictate how, like, even with your bond that night, the judge didn't want you to spend the night in jail.
That was terrible.
Yeah, he didn't want you to spend the night in jail, but yet Lloyd didn't give two shits.
And then they made me go up to a pod too. I didn't even get to keep my clothes on. But,
yeah, that was.
And then they were so mad when I was found not guilty for saying fire, fire, fire. He was so mad. He was so mad. And then when I only got 30 days in jail, he was even madder.
Well, when they were mad about that was that fire held a longer term of jail sentence than interference.
Ooh, yeah.
And the fact that the interference, they probably thought you were probably gonna be found innocent of that one more likely than you would the false alarm, because you actually did say the words fire, help, rape, yell, and however, taking it out of context and based on the statute where no action was warranted, the jury said there's no way we could convict her. I mean, how many people have said those words and nobody's come to the rescue? Does that mean that everybody should be charged? I mean,
right.
It was a kangaroo court. I mean, I'm glad you got off on the fire charge. Yeah, because that one held a longer sentence.
Well, I already had time in jail from when I got arrested, right? So the jury knew that. That's why they gave me such a short sentence. They knew I'd only have to be in jail for a couple of days,
Well, here's the thing. If they were able to show what Kruger had done to you in court, nobody would have found you guilty. Those people did not see. Those people did not see what happened to you. Now, they did see your mugshot, which was something you entered.
I took a punishment face, but we got overruled. We couldn't even put Kruger up on the stand.
Well, no, you guys called Kruger as a witness because they didn't want to put him on the stand. But somehow I was told that Mark decided that it wasn't going to be good to put Kruger on the stand because they couldn't introduce what he had actually done to you. So
right.
I heard that was.
We would be impeaching him if we put him up there, and that's why they didn't allow him to go up there. They put a motion from the defense that if we were allowed to put him up there, we would be impeaching him, and we couldn't impeach him.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think he knew he was going to get fired over this.
Yeah.
Because he took FML leave, and he didn't come back from FMLA leave until the 18th, which is when he got fired by the chief, because he also didn't meet with the chief when he was supposed to meet with the chief. He took his FMLA leave thinking he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
And he tried to play that tactic, and now he's playing the appeals tactic. In fact, I'm glad we're on this live stream together because there was something I wanted to do that I have completely forgot about doing. I told you I was going to do it yesterday. And I'm glad you brought up Kruger because I completely remember now all of a sudden what I was actually going to do. And I want to do it on the live stream so everybody can hear the phone call I'm about to make. I'm about to make a phone call. I'm calling T. Cole right now.
His wife that divorced him?
No, T. Cole is the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. So I'm looking up his license number. I'm looking up his license number real quick. I'm logging in because I have an account.
So I wonder if he's working somewhere else already.
Not that I could see.
He's probably working somewhere.
So let me pull this up real quick, and
maybe he's working at the Panama Canal. Who knows? He probably got a job down at the border since he got his wife divorced him.
Let's see.
His wife divorced him the week before my trial.
And I may have to go to historical license. There we go. There you go. Matthew. No, that's wrong. Matthew Kruger. There's 2 Matthew Krugers in the state of Texas, by the way.
Other one. Yeah, but our Matthew Kruger's middle name is David Bowie.
Yeah, it's David Bowie.
David
Yeah,
Bowie Kruger. What a great middle name that is. Crazy. I can't see the comments on my phone, you guys. So whoever's in there, thanks for coming in.
yeah. There. I'm trying to put them up on the screen. The last comment was by Maria Burtis. Outside, I haven't really seen any other chats. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this up real quick. I want to make sure I have his license number pulled up, so that way when I go to, oh, you know what? I have to select that button. Hang on a second. Hit the wrong button. Peace officer license. Search. Let's see. No matches. Okay, let me select that button off. Peace officer license. Maybe I spelled it wrong. I know there's a few ways of spelling Kruger, but I could have sworn it was Krueger.
Yeah.
It's not even showing anymore. But let me get rid of Fort Worth PD. Let me hit this.
Under duress is asking how long have I been out? Well, I got they gave me 30 days in jail, but it was 3-for-1s. So I was doing my time because I had 4 days when I first went to jail because it took that long. I was in the infirmary and stuff. And so because it was 3-for-1s, I was on my 27th day. I had 1 more day left because it's 3-for-1s. I've been out for a while. And the judge pulls me out of my cell and says, I'm going to give you probation instead of a jail sentence. I'm like, but I only have 1 more day left. And I was forced to sign probation papers, forced. I was absolutely forced. Under duress, I had to sign it. And I said, he goes, well, I was going to give you 18 months probation, but I'm only giving you 15 months probation. And here's your conditions. And I have all these conditions. So, like, I can't be more than 24 feet and this and that. But see, how can a judge change what the jury tells you, what the jury gave me? I only had 1 more day left to do, right? And they pulled me out. That's crazy. So
okay,
that's another
retrial. Okay, I found it. Let me pull it up real quick.
Keeper said he's still active as of last week. Wow, he's still got his license.
There it is. He's got his license still active. Well, because he's in appeal process right now. But if you look right here,
oh god,
and February 9th of 16, he was decertified in Irving. Okay, and it just means he doesn't work there anymore. Now, look here. It took him a year and a half to get his license active with Fort Worth PD, which as of 12/18/24 is no longer in effect.
Yeah.
Okay. But the reason I did this is because I have his ID number right here. Now I have his ID number. Now I'm going to have to ask you to be quiet, Carolina, because you have a habit of talking.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
When I make this phone call, you're going to have to hush.
All right.
While I make this phone call. So the reason I say that is because I don't need you piping in the background when I'm trying to. But I am willing to do this and call and see and let them know, or maybe even ask questions. You know, investigators. See, I like calling these investigators here. So because these investigators are going to be directly to misdemeanor F5 appeals. All right, so let's see. Let's call one of these sergeants, because they're all sergeants as investigators, and let's find out what it takes if somebody's fired for excessive force from a second department. How can we get them decertified? So I'm trying to remember who I called the last time. Was it Joe Nichols? I think it was Joe Nichols. That guy actually answered his phone. All right, I'm calling right now.
Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, this is Joe Nichols.
Yeah, Sergeant Nichols, I have a question for you, sir.
Sure.
There's a police officer who's been fired from his second police department in Texas for excessive force. What would it take for now? And I know it shows that his last date of employment through TCOL on his license is 12/18 of 24. What would it take to file something with you guys to get him decertified so he can't continue to do this in other departments?
Well, it doesn't really work that way. It's that, like a lot of issues, like even just having somebody appointed, and just leave this generically. I'm not calling this guy a bad human being or a bad person. I'm just making statements that bad people, bad human beings, we can't always prevent from being licensed and employed. And when it comes to an agency, so many agencies with so many different chiefs, so many different policies, you could get fired from this job. Now, granted, you said it's excessive force, so that's a little different than calling in sick too much or something.
Right.
But just because you violate a agency's policy, and every agency is going to be different, so there's just no way for TCOL to keep up with, was it a valid firing or not? We don't get involved in that. So that's not a TCOL violation, surprisingly enough, that there are certain rules and regulations that if you violate. So now if he assaults somebody, gets fired, and he's criminally prosecuted, and then once he's convicted. So even if a peace officer gets arrested, we're notified of it. We monitor it until the end to see if he's convicted. If at the end of the day, after an arrest and even an indictment, the case gets dropped, dismissed, not a deferred or anything like that, but the case got dismissed, we can't move on that person's license.
Okay, so just let me give you a hypothetical or just some questions, just so I have a better understanding of what you're saying. So if the person used excessive force that was unnecessary to the point of some serious injuries, was terminated, if that person decided to file, say, criminal charges, I think it's 39.03 of oppression, or even maybe some assault charges with a local, like, would it be the county DA or something like that? Then
Yes.
then they would.
Some could be separated between county attorney and district attorney. Some district attorneys do both misdemeanors and felonies. But if you're basically saying if after a firing that criminal charges are filed, yes, TCOL will monitor the criminal charges. The fact that an agency deems them, and now we're getting to where we're going to try, the case on whether it was excessive force or not. You see where it could be that the officer is going to say, "Hey, I was defending myself," and the agency is going to say, "No, you went too far. You're fired." Well, how is TCOL going to determine that? Was it truly excessive, or was it? We can't do that. So that would be up to the agency to investigate. The agency says he violated policy, he used excessive force, you're fired. But nobody picks up any sort of criminal charge. Then that's not something that TCOL can. We don't have a moral code, or that somebody who keeps getting fired from agencies because of multiple policy violations. Yeah, he's a bad employee and a bad cop, but we can't move to remove licenses unless it's a TCOL violation.
Okay. Now, yeah. So now let's say this person, cop ABC, gets filed either assault charges or oppression charges or whatever, and he gets charged and does probably more so like a walkthrough, because he was probably an officer. He probably gets a little different treatment, I'm sure. Does a walkthrough arrest. Now you guys will start monitoring that. Now you're saying unless he gets it dismissed or takes deferred adjudication.
No. So it's two different things. So if it's a straight out, okay, so let's back up. First of all, anybody can get a walkthrough. It doesn't have to be a peace officer. If your jurisdiction, wherever they're charged, you hire an attorney, and what happens is defense attorneys contact a judge or the district attorney's office. They arrange bond prior to the booking, and they allow, I mean, even the governor, what's his name, did a walkthrough when he got charged. And I think Trump got his too. So, I mean, it's anybody who has a defense attorney who basically contacts the proper jurisdiction judge, and they get all the paperwork done pretty much before they get booked. So they allow them, and it has to be certain conditions. I mean, certain violations, they may not allow it. They may make them stay in jail. But anyway, that being said, fast forward to we monitor an arrest. Yes, for a licensed peace officer, jailer, or dispatcher. And then we just monitor the charge. If for whatever reason the charges get dismissed, just an outright dismissal, then we cannot move on revoking their license for that. To not cloud it, because it gets confusing. There's a way that you can be arrested, charged, convicted, and you get a deferred probation. And what they tell you is, okay, you have 3 years deferred probation. After that 3 years, the case gets dismissed. Well, that's still a conviction under TCOL rules. So just to make that clear, that it's a deferred probation / dismissal is not the same dismissal that I just explained.
Okay.
Just an outright dismissal, we can't act on it. If he gets convicted but takes a deferred probation, then that's a conviction that TCOL can act on.
Okay. And now, according to your guys' website, and like I said, I'm just going by what I'm reading, and that's why I'm calling to ask questions. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or commit to anything. I'm just trying to get information. According to your website, it says that you guys do like weak investigations on complaints received by about officers, and that excessive force is one of those complaints that you guys look into, and there are some other violations that you guys look into. I'm just trying to verify and find out what you guys actually do and investigate, because you do hold a peace officer's license with obviously with your agency.
Let me get caught up here. I'm interested in knowing where on our website it's listed. Okay, so I'm going to just the TCOL website, correct?
Yes, sir.
And where did you find?
I'm trying to go back to where I saw it. I think it's
information and resources.
I saw it somewhere, and now I'm trying to go back to it.
Okay, fine.
Complaint procedure, I think it would be under there.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was under complaint procedure.
Okay, well, I'm looking at complaint procedures now, so I'm going to...
That's where I'm actually looking as well with you right now.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying, is that TCOL does not have direct authority to investigate complaints against law enforcement officer or agencies, except in cases where a violation of law or rule occurs. Well, all I will tell you is just breaking down the sentence, is that where a violation of law, we defer 99.9999% of law violations to the jurisdiction where the crime was committed.
Okay.
There are very few crimes that I have investigated where a peace officer was not appointed anywhere and he was still acting as a peace officer. So it was an impersonating case. Well, I have a choice to either contact the jurisdiction of where he was impersonating a peace officer and say, I want to file a complaint. You investigate it as a criminal charge. I investigated that case myself. So we can act as an investigative agency like that, but rarely do we do that. The majority of the time we defer. So if it's a criminal offense and you want to call and say, hey, this officer assaulted me, we would tell you, you go to the jurisdiction of where the crime was committed and you report it to the proper authorities. So then the other side is rule occurs relating to licensing, training, certification. So majority of what we do is a lot about people not keeping up with their training, or they falsify a TCOL document, or an agency appoints somebody with a prior conviction. And so those are not crimes. I mean, that person was arrested in the past, but it's not similar to kind of the scenario you're talking about. You're talking about a cop is on duty and he commits what somebody deemed to be excessive force, and they get fired. What I'm telling you is, I can read through here and you can find exactly where it says, but if you're reading to where it says we can investigate complaints against law enforcement officers, no, majority of the time that we will notify somebody that it's called up at the top. It says overview. It says jurisdictional complaints.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is we just notify people that you go with. That's why we call it jurisdictional. Is that you have to go to the jurisdiction where the crime was committed. TCOL is not going to accept that crime.
Okay.
To investigate.
No, like I said, I mean, it says, and you said there are exceptions, so that's why I'm asking. You know, and like I said, the person that I'm talking about, I've kind of told this person to kind of file the charges with the district attorney, or at least the county.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it would start with. I mean, you can go to I work for 2 different district attorney's offices, but so if somebody came into that, this person you're talking about came into my district attorney's office, and I'm an investigator, and you say, I believe this officer assaulted me, I would tell you, go to the jurisdiction where it was committed. And of course, this is what usually leads people to go to the DA's office, is let's say it was Dallas Police Department, and an officer assaulted, say you. So you go to Dallas County DA's office, and they say, go to Dallas PD and file a complaint, or try to, report it as a crime that you were assaulted. And they'll say, well, Dallas won't take the report. And, we have no control over it. Dallas PD says they don't want to investigate or accept a charge. They don't have to investigate. So then you go to the DA's office, and we just say, we don't accept direct complaints from victims. It has to go through a law enforcement agency. So if you're a victim of a crime, you have to find. Now, once again, there are exceptions. And when I was at the DA's office, occasionally they would take a case that a victim came forward.
Okay.
But again, you're just talking about few and far between. So I'm kind of giving you the blanket response, which is, if the scenario is like you're saying, that's not a TCOL violation.
Okay.
And like I said, quote, a bad cop is not a TCOL violation. We have to have either a criminal conviction to move on it, or I don't know, I can't quote you too many other offenses. But like I said, we rely on the criminal justice system, that if they find somebody guilty, then we can move to remove their license.
Well, let me give you another hypothetical that runs along that. So say, I'm just going to use myself hypothetically. It didn't happen to me, but I'm going to use myself as a hypothetical. So let's say I'm in, I don't know, let's just say Dallas County, like you were saying. And I, had this individual perform this excessive force on me. And he was, obviously let go from being from his second department, to where I sustained, they fire him. I would obviously the complaint would already came through the police department. That's why he got fired. But how
would be, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'll catch you while you're going through the process there. So basically, if say you were the one that got arrested and you have injuries, and so you complain to the department, you would be complaining to their internal affairs division. And then most agencies, they have, like, say, Austin PD. That's where we're office is in Austin. Austin has 2 different divisions. They have an internal affairs division that handles policy violations. So excessive force can be deemed by internal affairs in the department and say, we find you guilty of excessive force by policy violation, you're fired. So then what happens is that the agencies call it a different thing. Another division within the police department that will investigate criminal offenses against officers. So they would be the investigative agency that would put it together. And a lot of district attorney's offices have a public integrity division. Majority of the public integrity divisions, they're the ones who will receive complaints about police officers. So that may be a way for the person to contact whatever jurisdiction is the district attorney's office and say, do you have a public integrity officer or office? I worked for one county and they had a public integrity investigator. You could directly to them. Harris County District Attorney's Office has they call it a civil rights division or something like that. I think Travis County calls theirs civil rights division. And that's where if a cop shoots somebody or uses excessive force, they investigate. And then criminal charges could be filed. But let's just say that the district attorney's office public integrity division investigates it and they go, this does not reach the level of a criminal offense. We can't prove it. So the person gets fired from an agency, the jurisdiction declines to prosecute. There's nothing that TCO can do with that person.
Okay, so let me continue with my scenario real quick because I'm getting to the ultimate question. So let's say I go down and I file the charges, and let's say the DA picks up 3903 of oppression or of obviously it's called abuse of power, I think in the state of Texas, or some sort of assault and battery, aggravated assault. Now, once those charges are filed and they accept those charges, do they notify your guys' office? And then what do you guys do with that license until that case is done?
Okay, so we can be notified. One, there's a rule, TCO rule that says that if you are a appointing agency, so this officer works for Dallas Police Department and he's an active officer, he gets arrested for an offense. Dallas Police Department by rule is supposed to notify us of the employee being arrested. Let's say the person was arrested, that officer was arrested by the Dallas County Sheriff's Office, so different agency. The Sheriff's Office, since they're the arresting agency, they have to report to us that they arrested a licensed person. And then the third is that officer who works for Dallas Police Department, he has to report to TCO that he was arrested. So what we hope is that out of those three, at least one of them notifies us. Now, the other thing is we have a fingerprint database that once that person's booked into the Dallas County Sheriff's Jail and their fingerprints are entered in as an arrest, we're supposed to be notified of that arrest to TCO. And then what we do is we generate a report and we monitor the criminal charge, and often what we will do is we'll put an administrative hold while their license or while their criminal charge is pending. We will put an administrative hold on their license so they can't be appointed with a law enforcement agency because they get fired from Dallas PD eventually. So we put a hold on their license until the criminal charge is over. If that case, like I said, is totally dismissed, goes away, no further responsibility for that criminal charge, we can't prevent that person from being appointed somewhere. It would only be if they were convicted. And then once they were convicted, then we would prepare the case and go before the commission to have it revoked. Okay,
but while they're pending case, they basically would have like a suspension on their license. They couldn't go get a job somewhere else. That's all I was confirming.
It's a hold. Yeah, it's a hold.
It's a hold. Okay.
A suspension comes with a duration. Like you get suspended for 6 months, you get suspended for 12 months, you get suspended for 2 years. A admin hold is for however long it takes for that criminal case to be resolved.
Okay, so it's like an administrative leave when you do something bad, waiting to come back to work with.
Yeah. You can't because you're not appointed. So if you're not appointed, the agency fires you. You can't act as a peace officer. So now, what the agency can do, and some do this, and then maybe excessive force is not the right criminal charge, but other criminal charges that somebody gets arrested for, we just verify with the agency that that person, while the case is pending, they cannot act as a peace officer. So the agency is not required to fire them. So let's say the officer gets accused of excessive force and gets arrested for it. If the agency chooses not to fire him, what they have to do is then put him on administrative duties. So he has like a desk job. He can't be out enforcing the laws. And we make sure that that's what they do. Now, the agency chose not to, or to not take them off the street or, you know, doing their daily police duties, then we could act on the agency because they need to put them on admin hold. On admin duties. So they're on administrative duties, and then we have an admin hold, so they can't quit and then go down the street and get hired by another law enforcement agency until the criminal case is over.
Okay, so basically, you guys can't do anything unless criminal charges are filed and accepted. That's all I was looking for.
Yeah. Well, sorry it took me that long to get there, but
No, it's fine.
hopefully that answers your question.
No, it's just a lot more information with TCOL because you know I was told something separate, so I wanted to get some clarity. And
can you tell me again? Because believe me, if I give bad information, I certainly want to be told that my response was not correct. What was the response? Did somebody say that the scenario you gave that TCOL would do something?
yeah, I was told that you guys investigated misconduct, or if somebody was terminated for some serious things like excessive force or some serious misconduct, that you guys would investigate that and possibly do something with their license, so they couldn't just because you were fired doesn't mean that it was serious. Because obviously there's hundreds and hundreds of policy violations you can be fired for, but none serious enough that would warrant loss of your license. It just from
Right. So kind of the scenario you gave, I gave my best response, but we could come up with 100 different reasons or rules, and for me to say that it's just a blanket statement, no, TCOL wouldn't investigate.
No, I just know that we have a bad cop out there who keeps jumping ship. In fact, there's a lot of them, and it just seems like we are when I say we, I'm talking about the agencies and the jurisdictions to allow them not to be charged and leave with good standing of their peace officer license because you guys don't decertify them, and they jump ship and go do the same thing somewhere else and be someone else's problem. And then they just keep jumping ship and doing the same thing over and over and over. My question is, where does the buck actually stop? Why do the charges have to be filed if you've got a bad cop that's licensed with your guys' agency?
That is a very good question. And I will tell you, in my experience here, is there are some times that I find it frustrating because of exactly the scenario that you're talking about. And I pretty much have the same question, is that why can't we, kind of become more of, I don't want to say moral as in like your morals are different than mine. So you think it's okay to do this, and I say that's not right, whatever. And I think that's kind of what it ends up getting down to, is that just because somebody out there says, and even if that person has injuries, well, I've been a police officer a long time, and I've had many fights with people, and I've never had sustained for excessive force. Sometimes I get injured. Sometimes the person that I'm arresting gets injured. So just to say that this person sustained injury, well, sometimes officers shoot individuals, and they have a right to do so to defend themselves or other people. So that's kind of, way beyond just excessive force, somebody getting roughed up during an arrest. But what it boils down to is that I don't know how big our agency would have to be, that we would have to investigate every allegation like an excessive force case and try to determine, when we have to rely on local law enforcement for them to, or a district attorney or county attorney's office to say, yeah, that's not a charge that we would accept. And if a local jurisdiction is not picking up the case criminally against an officer, how is it that TCOL is going to come in behind them You know, and granted, they have a burden of proof of beyond a reasonable doubt. We don't have that same level of proof to be able to revoke or suspend somebody's license. But no, it is frustrating.
Well, I get that if it was like a one-time deal, but if it's a pattern of getting fired from a police department due to excessive force, and then you go to another department and you do the same thing, and you've already got a history of not justified force that you hasn't resulted in a firing until this last time where you're fired again from another department for some serious excessive force. You know, when does the buck stop? When does TCOL get involved and actually say, okay, enough's enough? You know, you've already jumped from this department, got terminated for excessive force. You went to this department, got terminated from excessive force. How many are you guys going to continue to let them go to every single department and get fired from excessive force until somebody fires criminal charges? I mean, is there a 3 strikes rule? I mean, is there? I mean,
it goes back to, and again, this is that people can allege a excessive force, and the reality is that I'm not trying to be dismissive of it, so please don't take it that way. But what I'm saying is that I get arrested and the officer twists my arm, so that's excessive force. So I complain. Well, this agency feels like there was enough there, or like he's a bad enough cop at their agency. All they need is one more thing to fire him. So they say, you know what, you're fired. But the officer had every right to twist my arm because I was resisting, and so could be a scenario that you just said, that it's a sustained internal investigation, excessive force. So the officer goes down the street and gets another job, and he has to fight another person, and it's alleged. So what I'm saying is that just because somebody, in their opinion, or the arrested person, my opinion, that my arm was twisted, that was excessive, it may not be able to be proven to the level of a criminal charge. And then for us to come in and investigate and say whether it was excessive or not, we can't take on that amount of cases to investigate.
no, and I get that, and just in the scenario that I'm talking about, you've got a woman who is 4'11", 61 years old, dislocated shoulder, eye socket knocked out by the trauma with the head hitting the concrete for simply asking a question. I mean, it all happened all within 6 seconds of the officer getting out of the car. And then 3 days before that, there was another case dismissed where he claimed that somebody was evading, which they clearly weren't, and he pulled a gun on them, and the other 2 officers that were there didn't pull a gun. So it's and like I said, this is his second agency. There are so many documented situations of excessive force with this one clown that I don't know how charges haven't been filed. I don't know why they're protecting this one individual, this one cop. But my whole thing is you also have another cop that in that San Antonio area where he made a homeless man eat a shit sandwich. Now that you went back to morals on that. Well, I'm sorry, but hurting.
That could be a type of an assault.
Yeah.
Or like you said, the charge I think you were looking for earlier was like official oppression or something.
Yeah, abusive office. I think it's 3903.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my concern is that's to me that's what the morals are is when you're abusing your authority that far. That to me is a crime and I don't know why these jurisdictions aren't pursuing it on their own.
Well, I tell you what I would encourage you to do, and sometimes it's like the Al Capone deal that you can catch somebody for tax evasion, but not all these serious crimes, but you can at least prosecute them. I would encourage you on the website, on that same complaint procedures, is the link to be able to file a complaint. And what happens is that will come to us, be assigned to one of our supervisors, and they'll look into it. And maybe if it appears that there's enough there that maybe we need to start pulling this guy's records and files, and maybe there's something in there that is a TCO violation that we could look into and
I was also told that you guys, because I have a few friends that are former cops as well. These were people who were whistleblowers at one point. I believe one of them had told me that there was some sort of board, trying to remember. What's that?
it's the TCO commission.
Ethics commission or something like that.
Well, we are the full-time paid employees of TCO, and we're investigators. Well, basically, kind of our governing body is the TCO commission. And they are appointed commissioners. They all have real jobs somewhere else. Some are law enforcement. One's a lawyer, and I think somebody's from the private sector. So they try to have a mixture of different people, not just a bunch of cops on the commission. So it's the commission, but they get their complaints or things through us, and then we present those to the commission, and then the commission can make decisions on it. And hey, I may be missing it, and that's why if you put all this detail in a complaint, that I don't know every case that's ever been filed with TCO that we don't do. But as a practice, what I told you was majority of what we deal with and how we refer people. But when you said it yourself, that how is it that this guy commits excessive force and nobody wants to prosecute him? And this is kind of going down the road, or a direction of once again, I've been a police officer for a long time, and I know that people can have their opinion that, oh yeah, that was excessive, or that, and you're bringing up points or examples that if some elderly lady is seriously injured. I can't speak to that. That's very sad that it occurred, but then I can't say, well, that sounds excessive, because I don't know the circumstances, so that's hard to look at. But just the fact that an agency doesn't prosecute somebody doesn't mean they're not guilty of it. I think sometimes what district attorney or county attorney, they have to prove a criminal charge beyond a reasonable doubt, and they don't always accept cases because they may say, peace officers are allowed to use force in certain situations, and then it starts getting down to a certain opinion. Like one cop says, yeah, that was excessive, another one didn't. And it's not a science at this point.
Well, unfortunately, our where I'm at, the county that we're in, that I'm in right now, they don't care about reasonable doubt. They'll fry you no matter what, but yet they protect cops like crazy, and they don't care what's actual justice, and stuff that should not be prosecuted and thrown out, and stuff that should be prosecuted and taken to court. They don't care. They just take every case to court, and they don't care. They don't look at any evidence, and unfortunately, the people in this county are more what we like to call red and straight bootlickers, and think that everybody's guilty just because you've been arrested.
What county is that?
Tarrant.
Tarrant County. Okay. Well, another thing that has anybody suggested that these individuals file a complaint with the Texas Rangers, and that there's few and far between, but they have statewide jurisdiction, and they on case by case basis they'll accept.
No, I was under the impression, or from what I've been told, that the Texas Rangers will only investigate an agency only if the agency calls them in.
That they'll only investigate an officer if an agency initiates it?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if that's different rangers or different ranger offices. And again, I'm just throwing it out there.
No, if that's an avenue, if that's an avenue and I'm wrong, I would like to look at that avenue.
Well, my understanding is that they and then just like the federal government, if you try to call the FBI is going to say, yeah, that's not a crime. It could be a crime, but they get to be able to decline accepting a case, and they'll say, we defer to the local jurisdiction, whether it be a state agency or a local municipal or county law enforcement. The Rangers can do the same thing. Is that there's only so many of them in the state, and they can't take every case, so they may do the same thing.
Well, I do see on your site where it says if the matter involves an allegation of criminal misconduct, you may also direct your concerns with the office of the county or district attorney and or the Department of Public Safety of the Office of the Texas Rangers. If there are allegations of civil rights violations, the Federal Bureau of Investigation may conduct its own investigation.
Yes, and that would be exactly. So you found exactly what we would offer up. Those are always, they only really take the most egregious type cases. And the sad thing is if it's that egregious, then there's probably the local jurisdiction's going to pick it up before it ever gets sent out. But so yes, those are all the possibilities. But like I said, I encourage you, us being able to get all the information from you and then be able to look up this guy's record and just see. We can, if it looks like something needs to happen, we can start pulling records and make sure that this person at least has got all their.
Well, the problem with these two agencies that he's worked for, they're both city and they both belong to a police union, and for some reason, the way they keep writing up the records requests when I try to get them, the city attorneys keep writing them up to the AG, claiming that they fall under the 148G of the civil service or the public records request of police records, and they bar me from getting them. But I know they exist.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what, and I guess maybe if it's the internal investigation, maybe that's what they're denying.
Well, they're saying that because they fall under the Civil Service Commission union.
Right.
So that these two agencies are not releasing the records because they're claiming that. But yet I can contact any other agency and I never have a problem getting disciplinary records.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to figure this stuff out and try to take one bad cop off the street, one bad cop at a time.
There's nothing wrong with that. We try to do the same thing here, but until commission rules change as far as the scenarios that you've said, it's just. But like I said, I encourage you to at least get a response from TCOL. Let us take a look at it. Take the time to review everything and just make sure there's not something that we could have. And it would be the same thing with as far as contacting the Rangers and just get a response from them. At least you have an answer. And then has this person even remotely discussed civil action? And you can go through the same city attorney's office that you're trying to get the records to file.
Oh, her attorney has the records. That's why I know about certain things. Okay. But yeah, no, it's an ongoing thing that it's just one obstacle after another. So, but the officer's been terminated as of December 18th. It's been 3 months or 2 months.
And the only thing I'll tell you, just the way it is, that there are certain amounts. It's a big state and we're a small agency. Is that we have X amount of rules that kind of help guide agencies, and the only thing that really we ask in that type of situation is that if this guy goes down the street and applies to another police department, that what we are concerned with and can be a TCOL violation is that if the agency that fired him does not disclose all of the records on that individual to give that next agency down the street a clear picture of what this, type of person this is, then that could be a TCOL violation.
Well, that's funny. Well, that's funny you said that because that's exactly what happened when he left from one department to the next department.
Well, see, that's exactly what I was talking about. Is that if there's something that you get, the one agency does not provide the information when it's requested, or the hiring agency doesn't request it, and they don't do a proper background. We call it a background. If they don't do a proper background before they hire that person, that could be depending on the.
Well, from what I was told, one of those scenarios happened.
Okay, well then there you go. That could be something, and that's why I'm telling you is that it'd be wise if you want to is to go on that complaint form, fill it out, send it in.
Now, would that be reporting on the agency, or would that be reporting on the officer in that situation that occurred when he was hired?
It could be both. If one would be is that if the officer doesn't divulge, admit to actions in the past, then it could be on the officer. If the background at the hiring agency doesn't do a proper background and they just do a sloppy job and say, yeah, we'll hire you. We're desperate, and they hire them. It could be on the appointing agency that hired them. If the agency that fired them does not disclose everything to the hiring agency, then it could be on them. So it could be all three.
So,
on the action.
So as long as it was disclosed, then, and they can choose to hire them, but it has to be disclosed.
Yes. Yeah. So you're exactly right when you were saying that if it's not a disqualifying violation or a TCOL doesn't put an admin hold on them, then there's nothing that prevents TCOL from allowing them to get hired at another agency. As long as everybody follows the TCOL rules about hiring, and there's a lot of little technical things as far as how a proper background is conducted, how an agency releases records, and if they release all the records, and then the individual has to admit to past acts, whether it be convictions or not. If they fail to put that on it, then they could be disciplined, investigated for that.
Okay. Well, I think that kind of gives me a couple avenues to go.
Okay. Well, let me know if anything comes up or anything I said that you found a contradiction. Believe me, I don't mind learning something, and if I misquoted something, then.
Well, you pointed out what was on the website, so we, like I said, and you gave me some other avenues, so we could go from there. I think that's enough information and good enough information for today, and I'll try those avenues. And if I need to get back with you, I'll just give you a call back.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Appreciate you, sir.
All right. Good night.
You too. Bye bye. All right, there, Carolina, come back in.
Oh, investigate ourselves.
Carolina, you there? Hello. I know you're there, stinker.
Can you hear me?
What you do? Nod off? What you do? Fall asleep?
I'm here. Don't you see me?
You hear me? Hang on.
Yeah. Can you see me? It says I'm in the show and everybody can see and hear me.
There you go. Sorry. Sometimes my volume cuts out and I just have to hit a button. But yeah, go ahead.
We ourselves and we found no wrongdoing.
Well, you heard what he said. You know, either go to local and file charges, or you can call Texas Rangers.
I can't do that until I'm found not guilty, because that's why they did it. That's why they freaking did it to me.
Well, no, you weren't found guilty because it was after the arrest. It was excessive force.
Right.
Thing is, that's actually a violation of the law and civil rights.
We had another person die in a jail, right? You knew that, right?
I told you about that yesterday.
You knew about the one where they kneeled on him and he died, right? Because there was pepper spray and they kneeled on him. Yeah. They dropped those charges on those guys.
Well, I knew they dropped the charges on the one guy, but I didn't know about the second.
Mm-hmm. They dropped it on the kneeler and they dropped it on the supervisor that wasn't fast enough to report it.
Well, now just keep in mind, you don't have to do the retrial.
Quit calling me elderly.
Well, I was just using that as an example. Hey, you know what? Most people think most people say when you're over the age of 55 or 50, you're considered elderly because you're an elder, not because you're old.
Bye.
What's that?
Elderly. I have to go now.
Oh, listen to you. Look at you.
Hey,
I said elderly. I just said elderly. I wasn't maybe describing you. Don't take it so personal. Don't let your feels get in the middle of it.
Never. I gotta go now. But no, I really do gotta go because I gotta get stuff ready for Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
So
you were okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate you coming on, and hey, I appreciate the
other avenues, though. That's good. We can call it Texas
well,
Rangers.
yeah, because
Do
I
you
didn't
think
know
that
about the other avenues.
Mr. DA Weasel will press charges against him now?
Lenny Malley's over here beating me up now, thanks to you. Hold
And
your
thank you.
tongue, Beezy. Never call a woman elderly. You're supposed to call them young lady like I do, or they'll rip your eyes out in your tongue.
That's right. And especially when I look this good. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. You're not doing the one angle from the car. You're not doing the one angle from the car.
I got see,
All right. I'll talk to you later.
I got a stepper. I got
What do you got?
a stepper, and I got Wade. So I don't have any bat on. I don't want bat on. So I work hard, and I put Vaseline on my face every night. So there you go.
Well.
And sometimes I get mistaken for like a 40-year-old crack whore, and that makes me so happy.
Well, I thought you were actually younger than what they when they disclosed your age was. So don't
I know. I
feel
can't
bad.
believe they did that. I can't believe they did that because I really work hard.
They just completely came out and put your age out there, and
I know. I work so hard too. I mean, I really work hard.
I really didn't think you were that old, to be honest. I thought you were like about 10 years younger, to be honest with you.
Oh, 15 years, yeah, about. Okay, well, let's not talk about that anymore.
Some people judge things differently. You know, like I got called on a 911 call that I looked like I was in my 50s. So, you know.
Well,
just saying.
You know, I feel good.
Not everybody knows that.
I work really hard,
but yeah,
though.
if you got it.
I work really hard.
Yeah, I know. I know you do.
I mean, my stepper, everything. Wait.
Jeff says Carolina. Jeff says Carolina. Thank you for making me laugh.
Oh, you're welcome. I try.
But
okay, I'm jamming out. Thank you for everything.
All right. Well, have a good Valentine's Day. I'll see you later.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye.
All right. So she is out of here, guys, and I think I'm going to call it. I've realized we've been here over 2 hours. I've gotten over. Sorry, I'm trying to close all these screens down. I've got too many screens open. So I have got over 8,000 subs now, guys. We are at 8,008. And my last bank audit that I put out this morning, it's taking off with views. So a lot of you've probably jumped over there and had a chance to take a look at it. If not, I recommend you go over there and take a look at it. It's a pretty good video. It took me a little while to put together because I like to get the 911 calls. I started learning how to edit more. So since I don't have the person that was helping me edit anymore, so I've kind of had to learn some stuff on my own. Monday night, I have another one come out. But if you guys want early access to this, you guys can just pick up a membership for $4.99. Even though it doesn't say early content except at the $9.99 level, I'm giving everybody early access at the $4.99 level. So just make sure if you guys want to do that, pick that up at the $4.99 level, and you will get early access to all my members only content that I put out about 2 to 3 days before the real video releases. And you obviously get I've got emojis and badges and stuff like that are in there for the members. So pick yourself up a membership. It won't hurt. I've already given out my 10 free memberships for the month. So those people who took advantage of it, appreciate you. But for Lenny Malley, who came in late, Keebler, I didn't say a few names because I was on a phone call. I saw you guys come in and comment, so I do appreciate it. Let's OTVO. That younger generation that hopefully is coming in here due to the vertical. Monarch Rescue. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to get out of here. I got some videos to go back to editing and got some other things I've got to do. So if you guys go to my main page, unless you guys are on your computer, can always drop me a donation to help towards the lawyer and keep me going, doing what I'm doing by going to one of the pay links on the description page, or drop me a super chat or a membership, or give some memberships out to some people. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thank you for getting me to 8,000 subs today. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Later, Gators.